Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Art of Tuning In podcast. I'm Maria Furlano. It's great to have you here. Thank you for joining us today. This is episode number 88, and we are talking about energetic resilience and also some insights that maybe I hope you could begin to apply right away into your life. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for finding this podcast. Thank you for finding me here. My name is Maria Furlano. I am a doctor of medical Qigong, a physician of Chinese medicine and acupuncture, and I'm also a spiritual medium. And I have been teaching the energetic arts for, oh my gosh, over 25 years now. And I absolutely love it. If you want to learn more, please go to theartoftuningin.com and you can see all of my programs, my private sessions, everything is there. And thank you to those who have been here and following me for a while. I so appreciate you. Thank you for coming back. As some of you know, I'm in the middle right now of getting ready to begin my 5-month immersion program. It's January 17th, 2024. So if you're watching this at this time, just know this is the last week and a half that we have as we are registering for that program. We just have a few spots left, and I would love for you to come over and book a discovery call with me to find out if this 5-month immersion program is right for you. It's called Accessing Your Center Core of Light. You can find out everything on my website, links below, theartoftuningin.com. But the reason why I also bring this up is because in the second module, the second month of that program, we talk about energetic resilience. And one of the main things that I teach people in all of the work that I do is energetic resilience. But in Qigong and in Eastern medicine, we call that term cultivation. Now, cultivation just means a strengthening, a fortifying, a building, expanding of your energy, but it really means a huge foundation of energy that you are able to pull from. And energetic resilience is about being able to expand your energy in new ways and be able to deal with all of the new sensitivities that you are picking up in your life, or maybe you've always picked up sensitivities in your life. A lot of people who I work with, especially the students that I work with, they are highly sensitive in good ways. Okay, when I say highly sensitive, I mean that in the most loving and respectful way, because what I mean is that they are emotionally sensitive, they are emotionally intelligent, they are spiritually in tune, they are psychically in tune, even though they may not believe that they have all of those gifts, but they usually have much more than they're really recognizing. So when they're energetically sensitive, what that means is that we're picking up energy. We are sensitive to the information that's coming back to us. And when that happens, a lot of questions that I get through the years, when people are sensitive energetically, are they just going to continue to be sensitive? And then the more they open up their skills, are they just going to be bombarded with more energy? And is it going to be harder for them? Because many people who are energetically sensitive, and you, I'm sure, know this, probably wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you were not energetically in tune. And when we're energetically in tune, we're sensitive to a broader span of energy than what's just in front of us. And so a lot of people have a hard time dealing with just the energy that's in front of them. They're dealing with other people's emotions that they're picking up and not realizing that they're picking up those emotions. And sometimes they interpret it as their own emotions. And so they go up and down in their energy. They feel good, they don't feel good. And they're actually highly in tune with the emotional frequencies of others around them. And they're interpreting it and feeling it in their body and not understanding that it's not theirs. So you have to go through training to understand how to separate that from yourself, where you can still read the energy and understand the energy, then be able to react and respond to the energy in an appropriate way, but not take it on. And that's being very empathic. So emotionally empathic. I have this with people when I work with clients. I can feel in my body where their emotional stagnation is stuck, where it's holding, where it's bubbling. I can also feel physically on a medical level what is going on with them in their body. And I had to go through a lot of training to understand how to still keep that skill set going where I could read that energy, but not leave like I felt like I was beat up because I was feeling all this stuff. And that's what happens when people are sensitive to different energies. And it's not only being empathic, it's reading energy, seeing it or hearing it or just feeling it, knowing it. All of those, when you're sensitive to energy, you can open yourself up in ways and feel like you have just been beat up. You just, everything's bombarding against you and you feel like you've been beat up. But there's a mindset shift that has to happen. And this is why, of course, there's training for this. And I really want to say this is such an important thing. We talk about stress resilience all the time in life, not hiding from stressful situations, but the fact that you need to make yourself stronger, your energy stronger, your health stronger, your mindset stronger, your boundaries stronger, so you can show up in life and you don't have the same kind of stress bombarding you because you're really strong to hold it. It's the same with energetic cultivation, with energetic resilience. We work with our physical body because we are here on a physical planet with dense physical energy. And we have energy flowing through us all the time. And we have energy around us that we can access all the time. And so we work with our physical body in order to clear out what we don't need. And I've talked before in podcasts that cleansing, clearing our energy. There are 3,000-year-old techniques to do this in medical Qigong. You just clear your energy, you clear your fields, because your fields, remember, your energy fields are attached to your body. They're coming from you. So whatever's going on inside of you resonates out into your fields. And your fields are an amazing protective space for you. And if your fields are a little flimsy, if they're kind of going in and out, and if you've had injuries, there can be holes in your field. If you don't have enough energy and you're really tired or worn down, your fields can be smaller towards you. They don't expand so wide. So there's all kinds of movement that happens. And even though you can't see them, what I teach people to do is to learn to really start to at least feel them, to sense them, to be able to know them, to clear them, to know your own space. And as you work with your body and you cultivate, you clear your energy, and then you fortify, which is cultivation, your energy, and you create balanced flow in your energy fields, which are a fortification for you. They are strength around you. They are like a wall, like you can think of them like your moat, right? You're a castle and your fields are your moat. They protect you and they give you space from other people. They give you space from other psychic information that's coming in. They are your space factors. And so this is part of when we work with energetic resilience as well, learning to bring your fields in when you need to. Why would you need to do that? And when would that be appropriate? Learning to expand your energy fields. When would you do that? Why would that be appropriate? And again, that's all coming from within you. So your power of energy from within allows your energy to radiate, vibrate out. So, this is why when we work with energetic resilience, we need to work with the physical body. So, the stronger your physical body is, and when I say stronger, you can, of course, be very athletic, work out a lot, and you will have a very strong body. And when you have a strong body, Your energy fields are naturally stronger. They're more resilient. You probably get sick less. You have more chi flowing through your body. You have more warmth flowing through your body. So you're stronger. And that's wonderful. And it's very necessary. In this podcast, I'm talking about energetic resilience, which is also a kind of physical building. When we do medical Qigong exercises, we are doing movement practices that connect into the earth, connect into the universe, move the energy through our meridian system that activates us internally, energetically, and fortifies our energy centers that we have all throughout our body. So when we do specific practices, and of course, again, I will say clearing is so important. You can't cultivate energy without clearing it first. So clearing is very important to learn those practices. And when you learn then to cultivate, to strengthen your energy, those are very specific practices. And you're learning to hold your energy in a very specific vibration that then resonates on a broader level, which keeps your moat, right? Your moat expands and you're more protected. When you have this kind of training and this kind of practice, and I'll tell you right now, even though I teach very physical exercises with Qigong, and it's important to do that, it's important to do the standing practices. You can also do them seated if you need to, but it's important to do the movements because you're moving energy in a very specific way through your body. But if you don't know that, the fastest way at this moment for you to get your resonance vibrating at a higher frequency, to get yourself more in tune and to get yourself also stronger, is to calm your mind and tune into your breath and to breathe into your belly. I always teach people actually to breathe into their hips. If you're in my free weekly holding space live meditation gathering, you know this. I begin every meditation by asking people to breathe into their hips, because breathing into their hips brings their breath into their belly. It brings their mind into their belly, right? We call that rooting the mind. You root your mind into your heart. You can root your mind into your belly. You're bringing all of this stuff that's going on in your mind, and you're allowing your energy to descend down into a rooted and grounded way. And now you are present. And that takes practice. Sometimes, some days it's very easy. Some days it's very difficult. And for some people, it's very difficult because they've never really done that consistently. And that is a learning. That is an energetic resilience training to learn to get yourself to focus your mind, meaning that you have absolute control over what you're going to think about. You take command of your energy. You take command of your emotions. You take command of where your thoughts are being directed. And you bring that energy down, breathing into your hips, and you begin to allow your feet to reach into the earth. In the holding space meditation gathering, I always ask people to, I say, as you go into the earth, greet the earth and allow the earth to greet you. And this is a wonderful way to get your energy stabilized, to get you present in the moment, and to kind of calm that outside noise that you're picking up that you may not understand. But beyond that, we need other skills. Learn to train the body energetically in order to understand what's yours, what's not yours, what you're taking on, what you don't want to take on. And so, what's happening with this kind of energetic resilience, when you are very sensitive, you're picking up energy from all over the world. Energy is moving, and you are an antenna. and you are receiving that energy. And everybody has a different skill set with this. Some people can tune into the earth so beautifully, and they are so connected with the earth, with the animals, with plants, with nature. They understand what's coming. They understand weather systems. They understand the vibration that's happening in the earth. They can feel the earth. They can feel when the earth isn't okay, right? They sense these things. Other people have great sensitivity with the people of the earth. And some people have both and all things with the people of the earth, their emotional state, with their vibration that they're putting out, whether they're angry, whether they're sad, whether they're happy, whether they're light, whether they're, in pain. They can sense this not only on a personal, like one-to-one level or in a group, but they're sensing out into the planet, into the world. And some people know that they are, and it is overwhelming for them if they haven't learned how to process that, if they don't have that energetic resilience to hold their own space, their energy isn't strong enough, and they can then determine how to read that energy. And some people have no idea that they are picking up as much as they are picking up. And generally, what happens when you're picking up so much energy that you don't really know how to handle, you get very, very tired, and you can become also very emotionally unstable, meaning you can go up and down with your emotions, high, lows, happy, sad, depressed, not knowing why. And it's because of the energetic overload that you're receiving. Reading energy, tapping into energy is a skill. It is not a burden, not a chore, it is not a curse. It is a skill. To be energetically resilient means that you're going to hold yourself, you're going to cultivate your own energy, you're going to strengthen your own energy so that you can hold the space to receive the information. It's a great skill. And what happens with people, they feel overwhelmed, overloaded, exhausted. Sometimes they get headaches, they get stomach aches, they are moody, they have all this stuff going on and they don't understand why. And so they say, this is a curse. I don't want to be energetically sensitive. But when you're energetically sensitive, there's such a broader view, such a broader amount of information that you can tap into. And when you understand how to allow that information to guide you in your life, there's no better thing than that. So this is why we want to build the energetic resilience. I remember when I was training in a very focused time frame, there were certain energy qualities that were opening up in me, certain psychic qualities that were developing in different levels. I felt so open, and I was guided by my teacher at that time to stay in as much as I could and to do my meditations, to do my Qigong practices, and to cultivate, to rest, to nourish myself and allow those changes in my vibration to begin to kind of settle in. Okay. And then there came a time when I was told, okay, now it's time to go out into the world. It's time to hold that resilience, to practice holding that resilience and be able to interface with everything around you. That's a training and it's a process. And I say this to you because if you're someone who is energetically sensitive and you are dealing with these things and you haven't had the kind of training that I'm talking about, it can feel overwhelming. But it's not something that you want to shut down. It's something you want to learn how to make even stronger in your life. People say, well, I'm sensitive, I'm psychic, I'm picking up all this energy. Is it just going to get like worse and worse and worse? It's interesting when people say that because all it means is that they have not built up their energetic resilience because they haven't been able to learn how to read energy, maintain their own energy, and then deal with that energy without it bombarding them. The other thing I just want to mention as a really good reminder, especially is, we're going forward into a new year. New information comes out all the time. And if you are highly sensitive, if you are energetically sensitive, if you are in tune with emotional energy, if you have a lot of compassion for the world, if you are intuitively psychic, and even if you're not using that to its full extent, but you're in tune psychically, it's really, really important that what you watch, read, listen to, connect with, spend time with is nurturing and loving. If you connect with, read, watch, listen to, spend time with anything that is violent, that is angry, that is really heavy, and you do not know how to hold your energy, and you do not have that energetic resilience, then you're going to be affected. Your energy is going to feel like it's just been beat up. And that's a wonderful learning tool to know that you want to develop energetic resilience, but you don't subject yourself to that until you have that energetic resilience. Because what happens is that when you subject yourself to something that, let's say you're seeing something that's incredibly sad, and you think, well, I want to have all this compassion for this. I don't want to be in this bubble. I want to be present with this. I want to support it. But if you match that vibration, and what I mean by that is that you don't have the resilience to keep yourself in light, and really strong light. I'm talking light warriors here, like really strong. Your energy vibration begins to shift, and it begins to lower and change, and you begin to match the frequency of what it is you're seeing, whether it's violence, whether it's extreme sadness, pain, whatever it is. You begin to match that frequency out of a sense of compassion from yourself, because you feel so bad, you feel so much of it, you resonate so much with it, you identify with it. When you do that, all you're doing is increasing that vibration. You're not supporting that situation. You're increasing the vibration of it. You're giving that vibration strength. Clear your energy on a regular basis, and then how to strengthen your energy so you're able to hold a specific vibration that you know is truly you, when you're really accessing your center core of light, and you are holding yourself in a space that is vibrantly aligned with the earth, with the universe, with all of your divine wisdom. And then you go and you see something, hear something, connect with something that is of a really emotional, severe thing: hatred, war, sadness, loss, all of those things, these really deep energies. If you can hold yourself in that light, then you are neutralizing that other vibration. You are actually alchemizing and changing the vibration of what you're seeing, and you are contributing very positive light to it. You're holding yourself in a compassion that is non-judgment. It's not being pulled in. It's not, oh my goodness, why is this happening? This is so terrible. Why are we doing this? Blah, 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 blah. You see how low that is? But you're holding it from a divine wisdom place where you have the compassion. You're still a very compassionate person. You're a very loving person. In fact, you're so loving that you know that holding the divine nature of love is what is going to transform that situation, not going to it. It's very similar to when someone is yelling at you. You have choices. You can hold yourself in a state of presence and listen, or you can yell and scream back. When you yell and scream back, you're magnifying that energy. The other person yells louder. You yell louder. Everybody gets more angry. Maybe violence ensues. Maybe sometimes we go from words to the physical. Everything escalates. When you hold yourself in an energetic wisdom of knowing that you have divine connection, that your frequency matters, that frequencies are real, that vibrations are real, and you hold yourself in a state of pure compassion and non-judgment. You cannot hold yourself in a state of pure compassion if you are judging. And that includes feeling really bad for a situation. That's not energetic neutrality. We've talked a little bit before about energetic neutrality. I teach about energetic neutrality in my 5-month immersion program. It's very important to learn to get into this energetic state of neutral, which then allows you to hold space. And again, it's just a practice. There are very, very specific techniques that help us get there, but it's a practice and it's a mindset. So if you're watching things right now, like the news, or you're reading things, I mean, first of all, I would suggest you to step back from that so that you don't subject your energy to it. But if you'd like to do a practice, see that information and then feel in your body how you respond. Are you being pulled in? Does this information shift your vibration so much? And then if it does, what kind of control do you have over your own frequency? Because that's really what energetic cultivation is. And that's what energetic resilience is you have control and understanding over your own vibrational frequency. You have control over your own emotional state, over what you choose to think about, or what you choose to subject yourself to as well. Having a pre-understanding that that might not be the best vibration for me to connect with. That might not be the best activity. It might not be the best whatever. This goes for music. It goes for what we watch, what we read, what we see. Energetic resilience is also choice making. I've talked about this on other podcasts too, but one of the other really big questions that I get, I feel great when I'm doing my practices, and then I go into my life and it kind of fades away. I lose it. I can't hold that beautiful space that I feel when I'm doing this kind of work, whether it's Qigong, whether it's meditation, all of these beautiful spiritual practices where you're connected. And that's why you feel good, is because you are fully connected to your highest wisdom. You're connected to who you truly are, and you're connected with a broader vibration, meaning you're connected with the earth, you're connected with the universe, you're connected broadly with all of the beautiful vibrations of the planet. This connection allows you to expand and align your energy in a way where you are whole. And when you feel whole, you feel amazing. All of the pain in your body disappears, all of your worries disappear, you get amazing ideas, things just begin to kind of solve themselves, digestive stuff goes away, you just feel better. I have a lot of people who have digestive issues due to stress. And this is why I bring that up. And it's kind of amazing when we do this kind of work with stress, with emotional loss, with all kinds of things that happen in our life. When we start to do this kind of alignment work, all of those little things in our body begin to dissipate. They begin to heal. They begin to transform because the energy that's flowing through our body is really magnificent. And we are supposed to have energy flow freely through our body all the time. We are supposed to be able to access the energy from the earth and access the energy from the universe, to be in the center of it and to have it flow through us completely and supportively. So, to support our own energy. When we connect with something that is troublesome, we transform the state of that into a higher vibration by bringing our high vibration with us to that situation. So that's really important. Let me just say that one more time, because this is the entire point. If everybody would be able to learn how to clear their energy, how to align their energy, how to build the strength of their energetic system, and then learn how to carry that with them in their life, they are taking with them, right? They're taking themselves into every situation they go into. but you're also taking yourself into every situation that you read, watch, view, connect with. So it's not only in person. When you connect with a situation, like let's say you watch the news or you read something online or in a magazine or paper, whatever it is, you are vibrationally connecting with that situation and it has vibrationally connected with you. Important. It has vibrationally connected with you and you have connected with it. And you bring your vibration to the situation. So if you bring your vibration and your vibration is hurting, it's sad, it's struggling, it's confused, it's angry, you're bringing that to the situation. And that will be amplified in you and in the situation that you're connecting with. But if you bring energetic resilience, which is energetic cultivation, which is this beautiful strength of energy that you have to any situation that you go into, whether it's in person or whether it is online, you're reading, listening, whatever it is, remember, we connect. There are cords that are connected. We're always connecting with what it is that we interact with. If you bring a higher state of vibrational understanding to that situation, if you bring true compassion without judgment, then now you're contributing that energy to that situation. And that becomes magnified. And that's how we begin to transform energy. We don't transform energy by feeling bad about a situation. We don't transform energy by getting angry that that situation is there. We don't transform energy by judging a situation. Absolutely not. And we don't transform energy by us being depleted. We transform energy by showing up as a very high vibrational being and contributing in that way and holding that space of energy as a high vibrational being. That allows for new energy to be introduced to a situation and new choices to be made. Otherwise, we're just contributing the same energy that that specific situation is putting out. If it's putting out anger and we contribute anger back, we're just contributing the same anger. We're playing ping pong back and forth, hitting the ball with the same vibration. But when we introduce a new vibration, when we truly align and hold space in a new vibration, because we have the energetic resilience, the training to do that, now that other vibration, which is so used to how it feels, right? Because it's in the anger or it's in the sadness or whatever it is, it's being flooded with something new and it has a moment to make new choices. It's like somebody who is really hurting, feeling very alone. And you don't want to say to that person, oh, I'm so sorry for you. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Oh, this is so terrible. Oh, this is just a mess. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? Why is this happening? But if you were to hold your space and connect with the highest divine alignment that you possibly could, and you were to walk up to that person and you were to say, may I hug you? And that person said yes. And you were to hug them and you were to meet their energy with the highest vibration that you could, what do you think would happen to their energy? And if you held your energetic resilience, if you held your energy, if you understood your alignment so that you did not take on their stuff and you were able to hold that frequency, what do you think would happen? That's something that I just want to leave you with today. We can help to transform energy. We can't force energy to change. It's not our role to force anything, but we can bring in the highest alignment of light to allow it to be introduced to a new situation and for the new energy being introduced to bring about new choices, new opportunities, new views that weren't seen before. That's how we transform energy. And we do that through knowing how to hold our energetic resilience, cultivating and taking care of ourselves. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you in the next episode.